We've got a major financial update when it comes to the UFC in 2025. According to newly released figures from TKO Group Holdings, the UFC generated just over $1.5 billion in revenue this year. That marks roughly a 7% increase from the previous year, close to $100 million in additional growth. Even more impressive, the promotion reportedly operated at around a 57% profit margin. That's an enormous number in the sports business world and shows just how efficient the UFC model has become. But here's the interesting twist. For the first time since TKO brought both companies together, the UFC was outperformed by WWE in overall revenue. WWE reportedly brought in around $1.7 billion, representing a significant jump year over year. Much of that boost is tied to its new media rights partnership with Netflix, which dramatically increased its visibility and financial upside. While TKO's overall company revenue dipped slightly due to a slowdown in other areas, both the UFC and WWE remain extremely strong from an operational standpoint. Now let's talk about something that always gets people fired up: fighter pay. The conversation heated up again after reports surfaced that boxer Conor Benn signed a one-fight deal under Zuffa Boxing that could be worth around $15 million. That number immediately caught the attention of many UFC fighters and fans, especially when comparing it to what most MMA athletes earn per fight. Boxing champion Terence Crawford recently shared his perspective on the situation. His argument was straightforward. Fighters actually hold more power than they realize, but only if they stand together. He explained that promoters can't stage events without athletes. The talent is what drives revenue.
These combat sports, it gotta come from the fighters. You know, just like boxing, I think if the fighters come together, they can make anything happen. The fighters don't understand the level of power that they carry because they think, oh, since they cutting a check, they got the power.
Right.
You know, but they can't cut the check without us. You know, but it's the fighters that need the money that makes it hard.
Right.
Because the fighters that already got the money, they can make a stand for something. But the fighters that doesn't, they like, well, you can do that. I gotta provide for my family. You can take a chance of going at the organization for a year or however long it's gonna last, but who gonna pay my bills?
Right.
Who gonna put food on my family table while we doing this, while we making this stand? So it's a little tougher for them to make that stand than a person that's already established.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's where, you know, the seesaw effect happens with boxing in.
As for the reported $15 million payday for Benn, TKO executives clarified that the company itself is not directly covering that purse. During a recent financial discussion, leadership explained that outside investors are backing certain boxing events. In this case, financial support is reportedly coming from Saudi-based entertainment partners who have been heavily involved in high-profile boxing matches. That structure allows the promotion to handle the event, while external funding absorbs much of the financial risk. Shifting gears, the Global Fight League has announced that it is rebuilding and moving forward with a new foundation. The startup promotion revealed the creation of an Athlete Performance and Wellness Council, featuring several recognizable names from the MMA world. The organization says it wants to prioritize fighter health, performance, and long-term sustainability. Whether that vision translates into real competition remains to be seen, but it's clear they are attempting to position themselves as athlete-focused from the ground up. In other news, Ronda Rousey recently posted new training footage that quickly gains traction online. The clips show her working boxing combinations and focusing heavily on head movement.
Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Yes, move! Head movement, good job! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement, good job! Move, move! Move, please! 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 No! Head movement! Head movement!
Meanwhile, Max Holloway is preparing to defend his BMF title against Charles Oliveira at UFC 326. At the same time, he responded to a call-out from influencer boxer Dean the Great, whose real name is Nuruddin Shabazz. Dean has been challenging multiple UFC fighters to boxing matches, but Holloway seemed confused by the call-out. He pointed out the difference between boxing and MMA weight classes and questioned why the matchup would even make sense. For now, it appears to be more social media buzz than a serious negotiation.
I didn't see him call me out, but I saw him talking to Sean O'Malley and calling out, what's his name? Ilya. I didn't see him call me out, but I think he has his weight classes confused. Like, I think he doesn't know that lightweight in boxing is different than lightweight in the UFC. Because he's lightweight in boxing is like 135, I believe. And lightweight in the UFC is, of course, 155. So I don't think he knows that. I don't know why. If he did call me out, that's kind of crazy. Why the hell would he want to fight me for? Did he say why he called me out?
There's also talk about a potential UFC event taking place at the White House after President Donald Trump publicly expressed interest in hosting a card in Washington, D.C. While some fighters have shown excitement about the historic opportunity, former flyweight champion Brandon Moreno made it clear he is not interested in participating in that type of event. His response was direct and showed that not every athlete wants to mix their career with political symbolism.
Hablando mucho, ¿no? Sobre la función en Casablanca. En este caso, digo, hay tiempo, quizás suficiente, ¿no? Dependiendo de cómo salgas de este sábado. ¿Te gustaría también tú lanzarías la mano, quizás para poder pelear en Casablanca? ¿Y crees que esa función quizás también necesitaría un talento de México?
Hermano, quiero que tú me contestes por qué yo quisiera pelear ahí.
Pues es muy emotiva, ¿no? O sea, esa función.
¿Para quién?
Para la empresa.
¿Para ti?
Para la empresa.
No estoy tan interesado. Muchas gracias.
In the middleweight division, Renier Diridir has faced criticism after a recent bout where he did not continue into the final round. Some fans questioned his toughness, but his upcoming opponent, Caio Baralho, disagrees with that narrative. He expects a highly motivated version of Diridir and believes fighters often return stronger after adversity. He's looking to prove that he still belongs in the title conversation after his own recent setback disrupted a strong run. Daniel Cormier has also weighed in on the future of Khamzat Chimaev. After seeing recent training footage of Chimaev working alongside larger fighters, Cormier questioned how sustainable another weight cut to 185 pounds would be. He suggested that moving up to light heavyweight at 205 pounds might allow Chimaev to perform at his best without putting unnecessary strain on his body.
He's earned his chance to fight for that belt. Now imagine that Khamzat is here in the United States preparing for that fight with Imavov. That would be my guess if I am thinking about what's next. But the reality is, one, how difficult is it going to be for him to get back down to 185? Because I'm telling you, he looks massive next to Roundtree. Two, how will he compete when he's back down there? And three, how does Imavov deal with the size of Khamzat Chimaev at this point? Because while Imavov was a 185 pounder, Khamzat was at 170, Chimaev looks like the bigger guy. He looks like the much bigger fighter. Now, I'm telling you, you guys have to watch that training footage. He looks like a monster at over 200 pounds. Khamzat Chimaev also has the Sean Strickland issue to deal with at 185. These guys cannot stand each other. Look, guys, when you are two athletes of the highest caliber and you have trained together and you have fought in sparring, one of those guys knows, or someone knows exactly what happened. But as most say, what happens in the gym.
Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman echoed similar thoughts during a podcast discussion. They believe Chimaev's size and wrestling-heavy style could make him a serious threat at light heavyweight.
I see Khamzat Chimaev becoming a two-division champ. I really do. Stylistically, bro, he's big. He
big
can
enough,
wrestle,
and he's styled.
he can
Yeah.
strike.
Can you imagine a light heavyweight wrestling like that? The champion has called for Pereira how many times now?
How can you do that without defending? The only
Yeah,
one
but
that,
he
the only one that was able to do that was Conor McGregor.
maybe that weight cut, he doesn't want to make that weight cut anymore.
I agree with you. He's big, bro. I think the light heavyweight division would be a better division for him. I feel like 185 pounds is a little more stacked.
I agree. A mix up with him in there would make that division a lot more.
At the same time, staying at middleweight would keep certain rivalries alive, including ongoing tension with Sean Strickland. Another debate surfaced after Anthony Hernandez suffered a recent loss. Michael Bisping suggested that Hernandez could consider moving down to welterweight.
I think he'll probably make welterweight. That's my honest opinion. He could probably make welterweight because he's not the most hard-bodied. He's maybe a little soft-bodied, and I think maybe that's hence the nickname Fluffy, right? And he needs to maybe work on that because he could be a champion, certainly in the welterweight division, certainly at middleweight because the man was on a ridiculous 8-5 win.
However, Hernandez's wife quickly responded online, stating that medical evaluations have already shown he cannot safely make 170 pounds. She emphasized that one loss after years of success should not erase everything he has accomplished.
Thank you for watching. Follow and subscribe for more updates.